Hello.
Hi.
Hello. And hello, everybody. I am Michelle Barone with Moksha Grace Coaching. It's pretty funny when you kind of forget who you are for a second. And today,
That's a loaded statement. Um,
welcome to Moment of Presence. And today, and a lot more, we have with us Miss Krista.
Hello, everybody. My name is Krista of Wicked Wisdom Consulting. I'm also Michelle's daughter, but more than that, I am a lifelong spiritual student, pretty cool person. We wanted to bring some more conversational type of content to Moment of Presence.
Yes, I think that is just a wonderful idea because there is so much that can be said. And, sometimes it feels when you're talking to yourself like you're talking to yourself. So, I think conversation is good, communication is good, and bouncing ideas off of each other is good.
Yeah,
So,
I also think it's cool because we're also very much opposites in a lot of ways. So not just our astrology, me being Libra, you being Aries, but that is a testament of how opposite we are, and yet we have a lot of shared ideas on things, and yet totally different perspectives at the same time.
absolutely. And that's healthy.
Yeah,
That's
sure
healthy
is.
to see from different perspectives and not take on emotions from those things.
Right.
Yes, right.
So what are we talking about today?
Today we are talking about that yesterday was my birthday, and we're talking coconut cake and birthday wishes. And with that said, I would like to thank everybody that took a moment in time yesterday to wish me a happy birthday on social media, and I will be responding to as many messages, if not all of them, by the end of the day. That is what I have planned for the rest of the day, is to reach out and talk to everybody, because I miss doing that. You know, that's one of the things about getting older, and not even getting older, but progression as far as technology.
Mm-hmm.
And we're losing that connection, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, we used to pick up the phone and actually call people. Now it's text messaging and messenger, which is wonderful. I do it too. But how nice to talk to people. I talked to about 5 people yesterday. It was awesome.
Nice. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's ironic that it's easier to reach each other more than ever, and yet we're all farther apart than ever.
Right? And so many people feel alone,
Yeah.
just in their life and in their challenges,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes even in their celebrations.
Yeah.
But I did not feel alone yesterday. I felt very loved and supported, and that was wonderful. So thank you so much again for that. And coconut cake. Why did we throw coconut cake up there? Huh.
I know the answer.
I
We
know.
were having it Friday night, but it's also your most favorite dessert of all time.
Yes. Well, one of, because last night was definitely amazing. So,
Go ahead, shout them out.
okay. So shout out to Carvel. Carvel ice cream is by far one of the best ice cream stores, ice cream makers. I think
Parlors? Aren't they called parlors?
parlor. Yeah, it would be a parlor. Been around since I was a kid. And if you have never had Carvel ice cream, they make ice cream. They make ice cream cakes. They make flying saucers, which are really cool, especially in today's, in lieu of today's world and alien.
Basically just an ice cream sandwich.
Yeah, it's an ice cream sandwich, but it's like the sandwich part is made with, I think it's like whatever the crunch is, but like not
Oh,
overly crunchy. It's more soft. Uh,
interesting. Very well
yeah.
could be.
So they have these little things called crunch, and it's these little pieces of chocolatey goodness. And I'm sure a lot of people have seen Carvel cakes, at least down here in South Florida, probably all of Florida, and anywhere where there's Carvels. They'll make the football cake. So it's like this hot fudge that's cooled, and then they put
Mm.
crunch on top of it.
Mm.
So, what I like for my birthday is, of course, a special a special made cake where it's all of the it's the vanilla and chocolate ice cream with the crunch in the middle, and then they pour the fudge over it, and then there's crunch around it, and then of course we always get an extra tub of crunch to go with it.
Yep.
So yeah, I didn't bring that in here to eat because it is ice cream, and let's
Oh, but
face
the
it,
bowl of crunch would have been smart.
yeah, that would have been
Could
smart.
have just been
I
snacking on
yeah,
crunch the whole time.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Well, I will definitely have ice cream cake for lunch because why not? It's healthy.
Oh, I mean, it's beautiful carbohydrates, which are important. Yeah,
Yeah, I
absolutely.
absolutely think so. So I think should we bring everyone into a moment and just take a couple deep breaths?
Yeah,
I
take it away.
think it's good. I think we're gonna do our three deep breaths, and we're gonna breathe in deep. We're gonna hold it, and then we're gonna exhale. And I think what we should do for today, is just bring in wishes. Not even it doesn't have to be birthday wishes, just things you want, things that you're thinking about, and all of that is going on in your heart. Just bring that up with you as you inhale. So big deep breath and hold it, and then a slow exhale, and we'll do that again. Big deep breath in, and a nice slow exhale, and one more time. Big deep breath in as we just hit 12-12, and slow exhale out. Thank you. And thank
So
you
what
all
did
for
you wish?
being with us today. What?
So what did you wish for yesterday on your birthday?
If I'm being really honest, I had a challenging time with that.
Did you?
I did. I did. And I'm not altogether sure why. Well, as somebody very important to me said, a couple of people, I was probably too much in my head, not in my heart.
You
Hmm. Uh,
mean you're a person? You are
I,
a human being?
I am.
Unbelievable.
I
This is an
know. I
absolute
know.
outrage. Here I was thinking you were a demigod.
Well, I mean, aren't we all in some way, shape, or form? I'm just saying. And you're welcome.
Very nice.
Uh,
Now, do you have any birthday wisdom for us all?
Birthday wisdom. So I will say that. So I'm in my 50 fun years, and uh, I have a lovely, wonderful mentor, soul brother that also yesterday had a birthday, and I believe he hit a number that was significant, which was another really good uh, age, which was 40. 40s, the 40s are amazing.
Hmm.
50s are even more amazing. And here's my reason. When you hit 40, your kids are pretty much functioning. They're functioning, they're doing their thing. And so you're finding this freedom and this new flow, right, with yourself. And at least that's what happened with me. That was like, I was, you guys had told me like give up PTA. And so it was like refinding my equilibrium. What, what did that look like and feel like?
Hmm.
And finding my own way, doing something that, uh, interests me. And I had to figure out what that was.
Hmm.
And, uh, and then really flowing right by the end of 40, you're like, oh yeah, this is really cool and it feels good. And then when you hit your 50s, you kind of know what you'll tolerate and not tolerate,
Hmm.
meaning you're pretty secure in your values if you've taken the time to know what your values are. And so you have certain non negotiables. And when you get to that point, you're tested a lot to see how committed you are to those values and to it being non negotiable. And I've found that through the 50s, that those tests have gone like from 10 all the way from 0 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
uh, Now they're like 0 to 5, and then
Okay.
it's a little bit more harmonizing now. So I think it's interesting. What do you so I think embracing the wisdom. And
Mm-hmm.
if I hear one more person, because I talk to people all the time, clients, uh people in general, like, oh my god, I'm so old, oh my god, I'm getting old. You're only as old as you feel.
Mm-hmm.
How old are you feeling? Are you feeling old? And if you are, you need to start getting curious about that and asking yourself why. um in my head, I'm still like, you know 30 and could go do a cartwheel outside.
And you probably could.
i
Okay, but that's a
I
perfect
know that I
example.
could.
That's a perfect example of the kind of constraints that idolizing an age is a certain thing. That's the constraint that it can put on you. If
Right.
you go into an age, into a birthday, into every day with no expectations, no limitations on yourself, what is this day going to bring to me?
Yeah.
Versus, oh, well, I'm turning 50, so that must mean my back's going to start hurting and my knees are going to stop working and I'm not going to be as flexible and I'm not going to be able to do all the hobbies that I love. Well, yeah,
Then you're
that'll
not going
happen.
to be.
Yeah.
Right, then you're not going to be able to do any of that. It's so
Mm-hmm.
true. It's so true. And it's always interesting to me that I was having this conversation the other night with some clients in a group call, uh, and this came up to a point of just not believing in yourself or not believing in what you can do,
Mm-hmm.
and allowing the outside limitations to really weigh on you. And it was an interesting conversation. You got to let that shit go.
Yeah.
You got to let that shit go. And if you want to do something, then just go and do it. And if it's, you want to go paint, or you want to be a kid, or you want to watch a movie like we did last night, that, you got to love Parent Trap. Uh, Anything that can or eating a Carvel cake, because that's what you used to do when you were a kid. Bring those things back into play into your life. No one says that you're too old to eat an ice cream cake. No one says you're too old to go ride your bike.
Mm-hmm.
So stop it.
Well, and I would bet some good money that the people who continuously embrace their inner child and not shun it
Hmm.
are probably statistically far happier than those who feel like everything has to be beige, everything has to be in order and organized. And well, those are bad examples because organization is not inherently bad. But to deny the fun and your inner child is to age yourself tremendously.
Well, yeah. And then what's going to happen? Your inner child is going to have a freaking temper tantrum.
Yeah.
And oh boy, when that happens, physical children are easier, most times, to deal with than your internal inner
Oh yeah.
child. Because your internal inner child wreaks havoc in every aspect of your life, or can, if you allow it to. Where, when your kid has a temper tantrum, you can, say, listen, you either stop now or we leave the store, but then you got to leave the store. Um, or you just let them get the energy out, and let them stay on the floor and cry and scream and just have their little temper tantrum. And then when you're done, I'll be over here hanging out, coloring or doing something fun. That
That's
was
sage advice. Now, are you typically a person who looks forward to their birthday, or are you more of a, oh gosh, that's coming up?
I actually love my birthday. Birthdays are a day to celebrate you arriving into this world.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever you believe, whether you get to, you were up there in the ethers and chose your parents, chose your life, and decided today's the day I'm going to show up. It's a day of birth. It's a day that your life on this earth, in this lifetime, began. And I think it should be celebrated. Why should it not be celebrated? Um, so I've never really understood that. I mean, yeah, is it one day closer to, I guess, the end of what people say? But every day is a day closer to our transition into what's next. And so I think it's all about how you think about it. I think about it as it's a transition into what's next. And that can happen, God forbid. Well, I don't want to say God forbid, but God forbid, tomorrow. It could happen 20 years from now. It could happen 50 years from now. I have no idea. But it's
I
just a
gotta tell you, I was not expecting that answer to lead into a conversation about death. I was expecting like, no, I love my birthdays. You know what though, and you do, and I think the reason for that is because you've always maintained a very strong inner child, and you allow yourself to have a lot of fun. So for you, it's just like, yeah, okay, let's celebrate me, and then move on. It's not a, oh well, another year, because you really do
yeah.
tend to make the most of your time. So for you, it's like, oh, yep, okay, cool, let's celebrate, and then we'll go on with the day.
Yeah, well, and hello, it's not just a day. For me, I always like to make it, a week or a weekend.
Hey,
So
I was just talking to a friend of mine on Monday. It was her birthday. Shout out Rose, and she's got like a whole month of birthday festivities. And
hell
I was like,
yeah.
I want to copy that.
Yeah, why not? And honestly, why shouldn't we be celebrating, like, maybe we should celebrate the day of our birth each month. Maybe like mine's the third, maybe every third of the month I should be doing something to remind myself that I'm here.
That's a really cool idea.
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
why not? And okay, so some would say, well, why do you need to remind yourself? You should be feeling that way every single day. Well,
No, that's
yeah,
not being a
okay.
human. No, I'm sorry. Ditch that thinking. Nobody is perfect. Nobody can feel the same way all the time. There's
Exactly.
never, oh, I've learned this, so I'm miraculously now in this. But it's not realistic. We are human beings. You
Yeah.
need constant reminders. That's the only way to stay consistent with anything. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Gandhi himself. I guarantee, Buddha himself. I guarantee he needed reminders.
I wonder if Gandhi or Buddha celebrated birthdays. I wonder if Jesus celebrated birthdays.
You know what?
Interesting.
I hope they did, because here's the thing: they were they were humans as far as we know. But I have one of the things that I personally don't believe in is abandoning all of our human characteristics
Right.
in seeking enlightenment. I'm never going to not celebrate my birthday, because you're right. It is a time that I was brought into this world. It is marking a anniversary of me learning more and gaining more love around me and all of these things. I'm not going to abandon that for the sake of, oh well, to be spiritual, to be enlightened, I can't think a certain way or do certain things. No, because we're still human, and
Right.
we're still going to be human up until the day we die, and then whatever happens happens.
No, we transition. But and what you said is like so good, because yes, there are many thoughts around what this world, what life is supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And are we here to learn lessons? Is this all an illusion? Are we a dream of actual God and Jesus? Like, what is the truth? And we're not going to know till we make our transition. But I do know one thing. I don't think we're here to breathe, live, and then die and remain stagnant for eternity.
Totally.
Like, don't, do not prescribe to that. I do not believe that at all. Um, I think that we should celebrate whatever it is that we chose to encounter and experience in this lifetime.
Yeah.
And if that means giving it a little bit of dose of reality, like, this is our reality right now. It may all be an illusion, but
Mm-hmm.
for right now, we chose to be here in this time to experience life,
Mm-hmm.
and that should be celebrated. Yes, experiencing life means there's going to be a shit show day and there's going to be a really great day. There's going to be a day that's kind of blah. There's going to be a day that's fun. There's going to be a day that's like boring or peaceful. And
Well, but here's the thing: like you said, the birthday.
life.
Yeah, it's life, and every birthday is like a check. Like in video games, we all have played video games at some point.
Yes.
So our birthdays are like checkpoints.
Right.
It's a time to take a look at how was the last year. Did
Right.
I get to do the things that I wanted? Was I in the energy that I wanted to be? Did I operate from my best every single day? Where can I make changes in the next year? What rolls over that I still need to work on for the next year?
Yeah.
It's simply checkpoints of seeing how can I continue to be the best that I can in my life so that every year I am celebrating.
Yeah. It reminds me, I did a one of those wheel of life where
Oh,
you
yeah.
give yourself numbers on certain things. And it was actually really interesting because on I got like 10 out of 10 on not 10 out of 10, but I did pretty good, pretty high on uh family, mental, spiritual, career.
Hmm.
What I didn't do great on, and I'm being completely honest with y'all, is personal stuff, which that's
Mm.
more like working out. It's not like my meditation, like my self care routine and
I
night,
can attest to the fact that your meditation routine is
like
fantastic.
that's pretty on point. And my learning, that kind of thing, my growth, my learning and spiritual growth, like
Hmm.
that's good. But the personal stuff, like making sure that I, go out and walk with the girls. Like
Hmm.
if my girls are watching this, I'm sorry, I miss you, and I want to get back
Thank you
into
for
that
your
routine.
patience and grace.
Thank you. Yes, you're right. Thank you for reminding me, because even I need to be reminded. So yes,
Absolutely.
thank you for that
We're
patience and grace.
humans.
And yeah, so it's always interesting just to take a little bit of an assessment, so
Hmm.
that way you can see, you know what, I thought I was doing really good with this, but
Yeah.
I actually have room to grow. And so if I've reached where I want to be here, let
Hmm.
me just put a little bit more attention to this,
Yeah.
and just see if I can, and I don't like the word balance, if I can harmonize it.
Yeah.
So I do think that having a birthday check-in is brilliant, and
Absolutely.
even doing that monthly. And I know that there's someone in our family who may be sitting in the room with you, who I think does that regularly on a monthly basis, where she does a little bit of a review and how have I done this month. And I think that that's amazing, and I need to follow suit. So maybe she'll hold me accountable to that.
Well, and when we get together with the girlies on Friday, we'll have a conversation about doing monthly celebrations for everybody.
I think that's a really good idea. What are we doing on Friday? You want to tell everybody?
Uh, it is tomorrow. Oh, yeah, I was
Yeah.
thinking it was still Wednesday. We are doing a karaoke night because somebody is a karaoke uh, fiend, and so we got a karaoke. Well, it's really a microphone and a speaker because karaoke machines limit you. I wanted us to be able to sing anything,
Yeah.
so it's going to be a fun time.
Yeah. I was actually thinking that we should like bejewel the microphones, right? We should do
Okay, wait, but I have a
tattoos,
bunch of
some
I
rhinestones.
have a mini hot glue gun, and a multiple containers of sequins. So do not
Oh,
tempt me with a good
perfect.
time.
I was just looking for my pink bandana, because I have my pink bandana. I could be like Steven Tyler
I
and just
have 8 million of them. You're good. I have a
yeah.
pink one that you can use. Oh
Hey
my
Annie,
gosh.
you see
It is about to
Annie's
be
here?
craft day here.
I know. Hi Annie.
Hello.
We haven't talked to Annie in a long.
Annie, hi.
I was like, do you
I just
realize
looked
who's
over to see which Annie we were talking about. What's up, girly?
here? It's so nice to see you.
It
Well,
is.
kind of see you, but all
We've been
right.
talking about birthdays today because it was somebody's birthday yesterday.
Yes.
But we are just wrapping up. But next
Yes.
week we're gonna have a interesting topic too. We're talking about pebbles in our shoes.
Yes. And we do have a couple announcements.
Yes.
Number one, and maybe you can tell everyone where the link is going to be, because I don't even know. But yesterday, there was a podcast that was released that is a part two. It's a two-part series.
Mhm.
So my story that I was telling, it's story time with the Barones. I told the story of back in 1999 of being in the hospital and something miraculous happening. And Krista is going to tell her version of that story tomorrow. No, Saturday.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the 6th, right? So Saturday, I believe.
Yeah.
So where are we going to push that out on?
Yeah, I'll post the links in the on your different channels.
Okay, yeah, that was a great podcast. And then your podcast will be released on Saturday, so we'll push that out. And then and on Monday, you and I are recording a really cool podcast as well, talking about things that happened on our property that made us go,
That were featured in a very popular television show a few
Yep.
years ago.
Yep. So we will be doing that. And
most importantly, also,
yes,
your March April special.
Yes. So, because I want to continue the celebration of my birthday for another month, I've invited 10 women for a 90-minute coaching session. It is not a clarity call. It is not a compatibility call. It is a coaching session. You get to come to the call with a topic that you want to be coached on. And I will, for 90 minutes, we will go through the coaching process. And then I have been following up with everyone that has taken in the offer 30 minutes a week later to just do a check-in, because I think that's really important. Coaching isn't just about a one-off. It's really about that accountability and making sure that you hit the goals, and if you didn't, what stopped you. So I did 10 last month. I'll do another 10 this month. Last month we hit 6. So if you are out there thinking to yourself, well, I don't want to take a spot from somebody else, you need coaching. Yeah. If you're thinking, well, I don't know, I don't want to take her time, or I don't know.
I got a good one.
Sean, yeah, go ahead.
What could possibly get done in 90 minutes?
Yes, you need to get coached because a lot can happen in 90 minutes.
Yes.
There's no strings attached. If you feel inclined to write a review, we send a link afterwards. If you choose to, that's great. If you don't, that's okay too. But otherwise, it is just my gift because I've been given the gift of life. I am gifting you all a 90-minute session. So please book your calls. And anything else? Oh, and join us on Tuesday for Strip Down, Heal from
Wednesday.
Heal the Illusion. Wednesday. Sorry. Yeah. Wednesday. I'm all just, yeah. We have a special guest joining us, Carrie and I. We will be, the special guest is Seth Butler. He is amazing and wonderful, and we will push that promo out with his bio and some information about him. But it is going to be a very enlightening conversation on many levels. So join us on Wednesday. All right. Is that, and Krista, where can people find you?
I was just about to interject myself, so thank you. Anyone can find me at wickedwisdomconsulting.com for fractional COO and operation needs. And you can find Michelle at mokshagrace.com. Whew, I almost just messed up your link. I'm so sorry. And everywhere on social media at the links above.
Yeah, Krista does producing and editing as well. So for a podcast, so
yeah,
at least she does for two shows.
As of right now, yeah, but to be determined. All right, well, it was great being on.
Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next week. We will see you all next week too.
Yes, sounds good. Bye.
Go eat some cake.
Yeah, go eat a sweet treat. Treat yourself today.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.